Captain Paul for the locker room. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe. We're trying to reach 2,000 before the end of the month, and let's get into it. I do not think this Vladimir Tarasenko trade will work for the New York Rangers, and I will explain why. But let's get into the trade at hand. The New York Rangers acquire Vladimir Tarasenko and Niko Mikkola. In exchange, the St. Louis Blues get Sammy Blais, Hunter Skinner, a first-round conditional pick in 2023, and a fourth-round conditional pick in 2024. The condition of the first-round pick is that it'll be the later one that the New York Rangers own. They also have Dallas's pick, so the New York Rangers will end up dealing the higher pick, thus giving them the better draft position. And the condition on the fourth-round pick is that if the Rangers make the playoffs in 2023, that fourth-round pick becomes a third-rounder. So it does seem like it's going to be a first and a third, Sammy Blais and Hunter Skinner, in exchange for Vladimir Tarasenko and Niko Mikkola. Now, Niko Mikkola, he's just a good depth defenseman to have. That's all he really is going to be. The main player for the Rangers here is Tarasenko. And what has me worried about Tarasenko is his inability to stay healthy. I mean, just January 2nd, he was out for 2 weeks due to a hand injury. He has been struggling mightily for the St. Louis Blues. In his last 5 games, he has 0 points and he's a -4. Last year in the 21-22 season, in 75 games played, 34 goals, 48 assists for 82 points. But this year has been him coming back down to earth. 38 games played, 10 goals, 19 assists for 29 points. I know it's not the greatest team in St. Louis, and quite frankly, I blame more the goaltending than anything. But they have some nice offensive players here. There shouldn't be such a massive dip in production. And it makes me wonder, is Tarasenko right? He was cleared to play, but it seems like maybe he's in his own headspace, maybe because there has been a little bit of conflict between him and the St. Louis Blues organization. He just hasn't really been playing well. And let's get into the long-term ramifications. You traded a first-round pick this year and a third round essentially of next year. The New York Rangers shouldn't be in a position where they're handing away first-round picks. 2 first-round picks helps you get really good talent in your organization. And to be clear here, I think the Rangers have a very solid roster, but let's just call it what it is. Your star players are getting older. Panarin's 31, Zibanejad's 29, Tarasenko himself is 31, Kreider's 31, Trocheck is 29, Gaudreau is 29, and yes, you have the kid line that are 21, 23, 21, respectfully with Lafreniere, Hedl, and Kakko, but right now they're more role players. Your star players of your team are older. So those first round picks will usually take 3 to 4 years to kind of even see NHL time. So you'd rather have these first round picks now, so when this core does get older, you have an infusion of youth to replace them. And let's just take the draft picks out of the conversation altogether. This is just a pure rental. The New York Rangers have $94,400 left in cap space, so virtually they can't sign anyone. And you have important RFAs coming up. You have Lafreniere, you have Hedl, you have Keandre Miller, and even though he has struggled, you also have Kravtsov, who's an RFA as well. And then to expand upon that, in 2024, your RFA is Kakko, Lindgren, and Schneider. And do you want to give up these good young pieces for someone that's older and injury prone? I'm assuming the answer would be no. I know in a way it is impossible to keep all your homegrown talent, but it's always good to have enough cap to play with so you can sign guys. Now, Tarasenko being 3.75, he's not going to be able to cover all of those needs to fit them financially under the cap. But it goes more to my point. This is a guy for a rental for a Stanley Cup contender. And are the Rangers a Stanley Cup contender? As of right now, I don't believe so. I think they're a team that is very young, but I think they're a year or two away from those younger guys developing and fulfilling bigger roles to take them over the top. Do I view them better than Carolina now? No. Do I believe they're better than New Jersey now? No. I think they will finish top 3 in their division, but I do not think of them as Stanley Cup contenders. If I'm just going to say in the Eastern Conference, I think Carolina, New Jersey, Boston, Toronto, Tampa are better and well more rounded team than the Rangers. And maybe I could be incorrect in that. I just saw the Rangers last year play very Jekyll and Hyde in the postseason, and I think they're maybe a year or two away from those younger guys taking those greater roles that could push them over the top. I could be wrong. Maybe Tarasenko recaptures that magic he had last year. Maybe getting into a new situation rejuvenates him and he gets back to his old ways of scoring and really playmaking ability. But as of right now, I think, was it an upgrade in a sense? I mean, yeah, I think Sammy Blais and Tarasenko aren't the same caliber of player, but will this put the Rangers over the top? I just don't see it. Let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. I'd be interested to hear them. I'm Captain Paul. We're trying to reach 2,000 subscribers for the end of the month, and I'll see you in the next one.